Alright y'all, so we pulled the F250 into the shop today. I was driving home the other day and the truck was steering really odd, and honestly I thought I had a tire going down, but I wasn't too far from home, so I kept on trucking and it didn't really get any worse. It had been a long day and I wasn't really trying to figure out what was going on. I just wanted to get home. But when I got home, I opened up the door and I smelled the brake burn. So, it's happened before on this, several times actually. So I found the hot one, and it was the left front here. So we're gonna pull this caliper off, and like I said, this is nothing new to me. This is probably the third caliper I've had to replace under warranty. I've replaced calipers on all four corners since I've had the truck, and I learned my lesson. I'll never buy brake calipers from that particular parts store again. So they are remans, but evidently not very good. But they are lifetime warranty, so I just keep going back and getting another one. It's just a pain because it's, pain in the butt to take on and off all the time. The one caliper, I can't remember which one exactly it was. I believe it was the right front. When I replaced it, the parts store I normally get my stuff from local, by this time another one had opened up across the street of a different brand, and I got that one from there, and I don't believe I've had to change it yet. So at this point I've lost track of which calipers I've replaced on this thing, or how many times I've replaced each caliper, because they've all been replaced. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get this thing up in the air on the corner here, get this wheel off, get the caliper off, and go change it out. While I have it in here, since it is just about springtime, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the tires, grease the front end, check all my tire pressures, and probably clean out the interior too, because it's getting pretty bad. But it's that time of year. I've already serviced it over the winter, so I don't need to service it, change the oil and stuff. So all right, let's get to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing off here. Make sure you get you a drain pan underneath there before you take that off. So after you use your 14mm to get the banjo bolt out and disconnect the line from the caliper, grab your 17mm to break your slide bolts loose. Now sometimes when you buy these calipers, and I think most stores have switched this way now, they sell the caliper and the bracket all together. Back when I bought these, it was caliper only, so they had to order in caliper only instead of giving me the stock item with caliper and bracket. Don't ask why, they got to be difficult. The last time I replaced one, you know, I needed it in a hurry, and they went ahead and let me trade my bracket and caliper under warranty for it was a mess. Don't get me started on this store. But anyways, so in this case, I'm going to have to break the slide bolts loose, or take them out, pull the caliper off, leave the bracket attached. So once again, 17 millimeter. Take them loose. Go ahead and remove those. And then ideally you should be able to just pull your caliper off at this point, but since this one's seized up and been on there for just a little while, you know, it'll have to I'll have to get some pry bars here. Alright, so I usually like to just pry from the top and the bottom. You can do that from the side, utilizing these ears. So you can utilize these ears here to get from the top and the bottom, or you can go underneath against the rotor and use the bracket as resistance. Sometimes you gotta use two, one on the top, one on the bottom. Alright, sometimes stuff is just so stubborn you gotta take the whole thing off. So I'm taking the bracket off too, take the whole unit off as assembly, and then I'll pull the caliper off the bracket. This is a 21 millimeter bolt head. Alright, so I didn't have to take that completely off. I just pivoted it up so I could compress the brake pads a little bit, just enough to get the seized caliper off. So now we can go ahead and take that back. So you'll want to make sure that you turn these things upside down and every which way to get them drained off before you take them back, so you don't make a mess of anything. And I'll still transport it in some type of container. Just doing a little inspecting here, and you can see there's some deformation of this liner on the piston, but nothing cracked. I caught it just in time. Like I said, it was the first time I noticed it, and it's become such a regular issue on this truck. I usually know pretty quickly when it's got a bad caliper. So I'm going to try and compress these once and see what happens. You know what? Work smarter, not harder. They're moving, but man, it's taking everything I got on this vise to push them, and it's not even connected to the line, so that's definitely bad. You know, typically we put a vise on these when you're, or a C-clamp on these when you're doing a brake job, and you should be able to pretty easily depress those pistons. So yeah, let's get this traded out. Alright, so it's always good practice, even if the brake job's pretty fresh. If you have the caliper off, just go ahead and put some grease on all your contact surfaces. So I like to do the ears of the brake pads, and also the backs of the brake pads where the piston contacts. So after you load your pads into the bracket, you want to make sure that everything's free. It compresses and releases on its own. You compress it with force, and when you let off, it'll release on its own. That way everything's sliding and moving properly. At this point, you're pretty well safe to go ahead and tighten the bracket back up. Now I like to use blue Loctite on these bracket bolts. Put a little dab on there, and if you only took one bolt out, then just put the bottom bolt back in. You don't gotta tighten it up too much, just snug it up, and then pull the top one out and put your Loctite on it. Torque spec on the bracket bolt is 166 foot-pound. The new caliper came with new guide pins, so these ones are good. They were still sliding good. I'm just going to grease up the new ones, put them in, may as well. Alright, so I got the new pins in. They're a little stiffer than the old ones were, but the new grease I just put on, it's cold. It's pretty thick right now, so it'll work in. I'm not worried about that. And make sure you get your boots over the lip on the caliper bracket. That way it keeps all the contaminants out. Alright, so now we're ready to mount the caliper on here. So you just want to make sure that these triangulated plates here on the slide go against the stopper on the back of the caliper. Torque spec on the caliper pin bolts are 42 foot-pounds. Alright, so now we'll put the banjo bolt back on, and make sure you get your crush washer on each side of the block. Get that in there. Torque spec on the banjo bolts, 27 foot-pound. There. Alright, that's back on. Now we'll top the fluid off and get it bled. Alright, this truck calls out for .3 brake fluid, and fortunately I keep plenty of that on hand now. So we'll top this off. Alright, we're going to bleed the brakes here. I bought a Harbor Freight bleeder before. This thing's junk, don't waste your money on it. But it does come in handy now to put on the bleeder and run the brake fluid out so you don't make a mess. But the way I like to do it is have a helper and have them pump the brakes 3 times or until the pedal pumps up, and then hold it, and then I'll crack it as the pedal depresses, put it back down, tighten it back up, and just rinse and repeat until no more air comes out. So we're going to do that now. Go ahead and pump it. Alright, hold it. Alright, I heard the fluid start to come through. Go ahead, pump it. Alright, go ahead, pump it. Is it pumping up at all?
Yeah.
Alright, you got help?
Yep. There she went to the floor.
Alright, pump it. Depending on how much bleeding you're doing, you'll want to make sure that you're not running out of fluid here, because then you'll have to bleed them all if you run that out of fluid. Alright, so I like to always be able to shoot it into something I can see to make sure I'm not getting any air still in a steady stream, so we're going to use this cup. Alright, go ahead, pump it. Oh yeah. Alright, I got the new caliper put on, got the tires rotated, greased the front end, and checked all tire pressures. This thing's good to go for the spring. And like I was saying, you know, I'll never buy calipers from that place again. My motto is, if it starts with an A, stay away. It's all garbage. There's an O'Reilly's over in town now. They seem to have a little better quality parts. And there's a Napa too, but their hours are goofy and they're never open whenever I'm working on stuff. So this thing's good to go. Let's start on the next one.